Oof, that's bad news. We're stuck. Hey guys, welcome back. We are headed today to a drift event here locally in Utah. It's the middle of winter and it's going to be an exciting day. For one, it snowed last week, and so originally we were going to drive on the kart track, but the kart track's covered in snow, so they sent us over to the big track. So we're going to be doing laps on the big track, which is something we do not do here. And so that's going to be really awesome. Once I found out we were doing that, I hurried and got my green chaser prepped. I literally haven't touched it or driven it since drift week. It's been like, what, 2 months or 2.5 months. And I took it back to the shop, found a bunch of nuts and bolts were loose on it. The axles were falling out, like the bolts were backing out. That car had a rough go. The turbo was falling off. I thought my manifold was cracked or something like that, but it was actually just a V-band clamp that holds the manifold to the turbo was backed out. So did a bunch of prep last night. I was being lazy, didn't film any of that. It was kind of boring, but car's all prepped, fresh oil change, and I'm really excited to take it out to the track and do some drifting today. We were worried it was going to snow, but it's actually dry today. It's cold, really cold, but it's not wet. So it should make for some really fun drifting today in that car. So we'll see how the day unfolds. A couple cool things. Jesse's going to be driving his Mustang. It's basically a stock Mustang with lowering springs. So that should be cool. I want to do a couple laps in that. Jake, that works with me at the shop, he just finished his rear-wheel drive Subaru, and so he's going to be driving for, I think, his second time. But he's done some cool mods to it, so that'll be exciting to watch Jake kind of learn and progress along the way. And Kelly's got his new BMW. This will be his first time drifting that. So I think it'll be a good day for a short video and just some good solid driving. I don't usually go to a lot of local events because I'm usually traveling, but when they're in the middle of winter, it's awesome. So big shout out to UMC and Terry for putting this all together and making a winter fun day for us. Hopefully it turns out to be a good day. No problems, no broken cars, just fun. Come home, chilling. Let's go. All right, got everything loaded up at the shop. Forgot to mention, I put my big chrome wheels on. This is the first time I've ever had these wheels on a car. They've been too big to fit anything I have. These are 75mm fenders on here, and those are 12-inch wheels. Been a while since I've driven this car. I kind of missed it. I was so frustrated with it at the end of drift week because of the exhaust leaks and everything else going on. Oh, also both front wheel bearings are completely blown out, and I didn't have time to change them last night. So hopefully I make it to the track without the front wheels falling off. I can't believe we made it back from Texas. They're really bad. I've never had wheel bearings that bad before. There's like a ½ inch of play on both sides. Look at that scenery. Utah is so cool when it's covered in snow. Cold. It's cold, but it's cool. super small, but I almost forgot from Drift Week. I still got the Brom straws. Not quite long enough, but the diameter is perfect. Perfect. So we got a GP garage right on the track. I haven't been in here since 2009 when we were at GT Live. We had these garage spots and I was like, yeah, drifting in Utah is gonna be really cool. And now fast forward, what is that, 13 years? And yeah, a whole bunch of drifting in my career, and now we're finally back to where we were in 2009. So awesome. This looks like it's gonna be a great day. I got a lot of memories I could talk about at this track, but basically memories of the track staff not letting us drift here since 2009 basically. So it's really, really cool that we're finally able to drift on the big track, thanks to the current staff and management at the track, who is definitely more supportive of drifting than the staff has been in the past. Anyways, I'm super stoked about this. Looks like they're out there doing a sight lap right now. I'm gonna get my car all ready to go and go get some laps. So this is the first lap of the day. This is West Track, and I actually remember that I have been on this track in my pro car in like 2011, 12 maybe. They had a Wide Open Wednesday, which is when they opened the track to like anybody, and then you come do laps. And I waited in line a long time. I got to the very front of the line and they said no drifting. They pointed at me and said no drifting specifically, and I was like, well, that's what I came here for. I didn't tell them that, so I went out and drifted. Guy met me at the finish line, yelled at me, super rude. I tried to explain to him, like, look, I'm driving at my ability just like everybody else. He was driving at their different abilities. I didn't hit any cones, I didn't go off track, there's no problem. And he just basically told me to F off and get out of there. So that was a super negative day in my memory of this track. And so like today is gonna be awesome. Sitting in the exact same line as I was that day, and trying to make some good memories out here. I'm just super stoked that Terry's here at UMC making this happen for all of us. And some of these new guys will never understand like how good we have it right now, being able to drift here and have access to this facility. And finally we're allowed to drift here. So much wasted time.
How you been?
How are you?
Good. Have you done any laps yet? No? Have you been worried about the outside of some of the turns? There's snow.
Really?
Yeah. I'd do a pretty chill sight lap.
Can we do a 3-car sight lap?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go!
to drift this track, I got two options. I either need less grip or more power. Or maybe I just need to drive harder. I'm trying to decide which one I need to do here. I'll make another go at it. Like that, I got stuck. I'm being that guy. Don't be that guy. No! First corner, straight off the track. So I had way too much grip on my last lap. And this time I'm like, oh, I gotta go in hard, and not enough grip on this lap. Just straight off. You can see my mark. Not a chance. This is why we don't let drifters on the track, right? Oh, that's beautiful though. Have a look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Oof, that's bad news. We're stuck. We're stuck. I don't know where we're gonna tow the car from. We gotta yank it from somewhere. Bad. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to be that guy, but I'm being that guy. Very sorry. Whew. So I ended up having to air up my mud wheels. I just don't have enough to quite spin what I need to. Yeah. 70 might do it. Let's stick with 70. See how that does. What are you going to?
80.
Really?
80.
What are you at right now?
35.
Well, yeah, I started
street drive.
I started at 35. I'm like, this is not gonna work for me.
No, I was like,
not
yeah.
today. Is it recording?
Nice.
So I've done a few laps in this. Got myself stranded, beached, covered in mud, and now I want to do some laps in Jesse's car. I can't get stuck out here. I suppose I could hit the wall. That's a possibility, right, Jesse?
Yeah.
Let's not do that. How is it? You drove it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It wants to spin.
Wants to spin?
Yeah.
You gotta control the angle, or?
It's just the swing. It's got
It's more
some
horsepower, huh?
It's got so much weight swinging back and forth. It just
Come
wants
on,
to.
man. This thing's got some weight swinging. It's a four-door.
It was a lot less. There's a big half moon in the back. Then there's like a little kicker right here. It's scary, right?
I pushed the pedal as hard as I could and it wouldn't do anything. ABS.
It's so violent.
Yeah, it is. I tried left foot braking there.
It felt way more controlled, for sure.
Yeah, but then when I transitioned, it's just like, nope. Have you done transitions?
No, I can't do it. I spin every time.
That thing's hard to drive. Hard to drive. I told Kelly, I'm like, I'm getting myself car sick. He's like, let me out of here. That's hard. Like, I could do one turn, but then transitioning back, that's really hard. Because like normally you can kind of feed the wheel back, but this one, the steering, like, I don't know, it's hard. I'd have to do that for probably an hour to get even like comfortable with doing a transition. It doesn't drive easy. It's not like a Corvette where you just jump in and they drive. It's got good power though, and it's like got good response and all that. I think Mustangs just need steering. That's like the fix for a Mustang. Dave, who's leaking everywhere?
Huh?
Who's leaking?
Oh, this guy.
Nah, come on.
Maybe that guy. These are German engineered vehicles. They don't leak.
For once, it's not me. It's usually me.
God.
We one of the rules was we weren't supposed to leak on track. We don't know exactly who it is, but it doesn't look good when your car's parked on top of an oil leak. Jordan came over and tried to drag me saying it was my car, but this time it wasn't. Normally it is, but this time it was not my car. Woo! Oh, is it leaking?
No.
Okay.
Just sounds a little crunchy in there.
It's the
Like really awesome, but grind in every gear. Ready?
Yep.
Ready? Let's go! Let's go!
So I've done about 4 or 5 laps or so, something like that. I've already gone through 1 pair of tires. We're onto the Pergias now, which is way better. This car's way more predictable on Pergias. And the tow truck keeps going out. People are sliding off. It's a lot of fun though. I'm getting more comfortable with it. The car's getting better, but definitely not consistent. I'm not like laying down the same lap over and over. I just had 4 people in the car and I drove terrible. So like I'm still trying to figure it out. This is a good challenge, Some of the parts of the track are linkable, but the entirety of the track together is not linkable. So I'm gonna go with Nick Stuckey, and he's like, I'm not doing very well, and I'm like, I'm not doing very well either. So let's go do it together. Are you having fun? Yeah. Yeah, awesome. You gonna drive next? No. We had to go change tires, and she helped me out. Tell everyone who you are. Yep. And she's hanging out with her dad Terry today, and he's running the event. So she's chilling with me in the car because it's warm. It's so cold outside. I don't have the little thermometer thing, but it's got to be like 30 degrees or so outside. And I'm also a California guy. I was born in California, raised in California, and so like Utah, I've never gotten used to it. It just gets cold in the winter and hot in the summer. It's like, can't we just have like a mild climate? Where's the mild climate at?
The mild climate is only 2 weeks.
It's yeah, 2 weeks before it's really hot.
You only have 2 weeks of spring weather and 2 weeks of fall weather. That's all you get.
You're right, you're right. A couple years ago, it snowed all the way into May here. It was May, and I'm like, it's supposed to be warm outside, but it was still snowing. I hope it doesn't do that this year. All right, let's go turn some laps. Just 1 lap, Terry. Just 1 lap.
You've been over in the short course or what? You've been running the short course?
Trying not to
or
break
what?
my car.
Hey,
Yeah, just one lap, Terry.
Just a sight lap?
No helmets, no problem. No, I was
Just
kidding.
a sight lap?
Really?
Just a sight
Yeah,
lap?
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Slow, there's still a rig out there?
Okay.
So sight lap.
Okay, absolutely.
You hear me?
Absolutely. How about that, Alton?
Wow.
I underestimated the old man.
I told you he would let us.
Everything okay?
My motor seems to get
No,
like
Shell.
it did in Bedford.
The same thing?
Yeah,
So that means it'll start again eventually.
I hope so. I should get my
I'm sorry.
Sucks. And the neighbors ripped my back off.
Oh, really? Trying to tell you? I'm sorry, Shelly.
Going.
Terry just let us do a lap.
How was that?
It was pretty good. Sight lap. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for making sure that everybody knows that it was just a sight lap. It was sick. We were shredding. I was in 4th gear, 5th gear even once. Shredding. Like 30 miles an hour.
So these are the last laps of the day. The sun's starting to, we got golden hour going on, but I'm gonna drive with Kelly. I haven't got to drive with him all day, and Rudy's gonna come out and play with us, so hopefully nothing bad happens. I'm literally on cords and I gotta drive home somehow.
spoke of your wheel. So I popped all the tires in my car. I've only got one pair to drive home on, so I'm done drifting the Chaser. Had some really good laps towards the end. What I realized is the Chaser will do good if you dial in less grip. So really what I needed to do was either use different tires or just air those tires up to some ridiculous pressure, which I didn't do. I was just having too much fun. So I probably could have had a lot more fun on that those expensive tires. I burned off a whole pair of brand new Velinos today. And it wasn't that fun because I was struggling to link certain parts of the track because it was so gripped. I wouldn't be surprised if those were like 15 or 12 PSI. They was like really hooked up for this long fourth gear track. And normally my car will just burn the tires off and it wasn't doing it there. You could hear the engine like struggling to get through it. Anyways, I went out on the paddock with Jesse and tried to do some skids. This Mustang is really hard to drive. This is a S550 2019 Bullet Mustang 5.0 Coyote. And it's got good power, and like I've driven on the street and did like a couple skids. I'm like, oh, this car is really cool. Brought it to the paddock, spin, 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 spin. I couldn't figure it out. Jesse jumps in, does a lap, and like immediately shows me up, like transitions back and forth, like pretty smooth. And I was like, all right. And I was kind of done. I'm like, all right, this is frustrating. He's like, why don't we go on the big track? Maybe it's a little bit less angle, like maybe some longer corners, see what it'll do. And so that's what we're doing now. We got some 360 footage. I have no idea how it's going to be. Watch it now.
So here we are, right here. We're here in Utah. We're drifting with Von Wicknick Jr. I'll get a hold of you this week.
Is it?
No, I swear it would hit 5,000 and get because it doesn't make any
Oh
power.
yeah, dude, it falls on his face.
Dude, the dyno guy, dude, I gotta show you. I gotta show you.
It makes no power after 5.
You want me to drive? Yeah. Really? Yeah.
I'll hop in the back. You can film.
I really want to see how you're hooking this thing, dude. Alright.
Do you want me to just not ride? Will it help?
No, you're good. We gotta cool it down though. It's at 250 oil temp.
What cool it down? What?
250 oil temp. It'll actually cut throttle.
I think that's what it's doing.
No. It wasn't. I looked. It was at 230.
I think your front left tire has no more grip left.
Yeah.
Or is that how it started?
Probably not. It's gonna.
So I just drove Kelly's car, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I think he thoroughly wore it out today, because I saw him chucking it hard earlier, like really hard. And then I get in the captain's chair and I'm like,
hard enough to get muddy. Look at this place.
And it's got some understeer and it's got some other stuff. So like, I want to watch Kelly drive it, because he was chucking it. He was chucking it really hard, and he made it look easy. It wasn't easy. So I think you need some front grip. If you got some good tires on here, I think it'd make a world of difference.
I think it would too.
But I want to see how you do.
Okay.
Let's check it out.
I messed up. Damn it.
No grip, Brandon.
You hear it?
What's that, the cut?
Yeah. It's too hot. It drives good, bro.
Whipping it, bro.
Yeah. Gotta slam the brakes. You don't have a heat brake. Just slam the brakes.
No, actually, you know what you told me right before I left?
What?
You said don't clutch kick it.
Yeah.
And that's all you're doing is clutch kicking it.
Is that it?
What?
Is that it? I'm swinging the hell.
Oh yeah, you're right. Your timing is very good. Your timing of when to clutch and when to steer and when to hit the brakes, on point. Very good.
That first one was not good. That was not
No, that's fine. But I get like what you're doing. And I like it. It's violent.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I like
Listen
it.
to it.
Oh yeah, that doesn't like that.
250.
Yeah. That's what happens when Kelly drives it.
What does that DTC button do?
Oh, that's for traction control, but mine is broken.
I was thoroughly enjoying watching you chuck it harder than I've ever seen.
All right, so we made it back to the shop. What a long day. I swear we've been gone 12 hours now, I think, is when we met at the shop and started leaving. It's been 12 hours. Long day. Almost made it home trouble-free, but my chaser wheel bearing started to come apart so bad that in Salt Lake, which is about 30 minutes from my shop by freeway, I was so worried about it that I got off and drove side streets the whole way home, which took an extra hour of just like 20 mile an hour driving, 20 to 30 miles an hour. And every time I'd turn, it was like, gung, 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 gung. Like you could hear the individual balls inside that wheel bearing just like wanting to come apart. So basically I'm like, I'll just take side streets, and if it breaks down, we'll come get it with the tow truck. I didn't want to be broken down on the freeway and then like have highway patrol come and cause problems. So took side streets all the way. I was so like, what's the word? Over it, nervous, frustrated, whatever the word is, that I didn't film any of that. I at the time I was like, this is kind of funny, but like I was just like, I'm over it. I want to be home. Anyways, back at the shop, we got a stack of wheels to put away, and then we're done for the day. I had a blast getting to drive Jesse's Mustang. That thing was a lot of fun. It was like having to conquer like a wild horse. It wasn't easy. It's not just like jump in and drive. It was like somewhat problematic learning how to drive it, but I got it figured out. And Jesse got some good seat time too. Kelly got to shred his new car. Seemed to work out pretty well. He was really swinging that thing, and I was impressed by that. And I drove it, and I was not impressed by it, but watching him drive it was impressive. So my chaser, as always, performed well. The boost was a little bit down. It's usually 1.5 bar, but it was down to 1 bar, and the AFRs were at like 8 on like full boost. Well, full boost. So I leaned it out a little bit, it ran a little bit better. But anyways, my car was not 100%. So it was a little bit lacking in some areas. I put the, I had the Valinos on there, the Pergias, and that was a lot of grip for that car. Well, both pairs of tires I took were super grippy, and that made it kind of difficult to link the track the way I wanted to. So if I had taken other tires or had it, you know, aired them up a little bit more, I probably would have had a lot more fun and done better. But either way, it was fun. Car shreds. I know what kind of work it needs before the next drift week, because honestly I haven't driven it since the last drift week. Don't know if I'll drift it again before the next drift week. That might have been my only test day between those two, but it definitely needs some work. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the driving footage, and we got some really cool content coming up. It's just been a lot of stuff going on lately to get some stuff edited and create the content, but we got some ideas. We got some stuff already filmed that I'm working on editing, and it's gonna be sick. Stay tuned for that. And just a little update, the dyno is getting really close. It's in the shop, it's bolted down. We got to finish the 4-post lift and finish all the electronics, but once the dyno's up and going, we're gonna have a lot of cool videos with like different dyno testing. And I really want to do some like just like dyno testing videos of like, okay, we're gonna put this on the dyno with these parts and then change one thing and then see what the results are. I've always wanted to do that with access to a dyno. Now that we got it, let's do it. See you on the next one. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. All right, guys, I forgot to mention, I do have some new merchandise in the store. This is one that I'm super stoked about. M-Frex Design came up with another awesome drawing, and we turned it into a sticker. I'm super stoked on this. Go check out the merch store. I'll leave the link in the description. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys do too. If not, don't buy it, but if you like it, buy one, buy two, and that helps support what I do here, because I don't make any money doing YouTube stuff. So this will help support and keep things going. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.
It's been a while, bro. Wow, dude.
Nice. Yeah, dude. It was like you clutched in at the right time. The car just, there's nothing you could do. I felt that. I was waiting because I felt it get to the limit, and I was like, he's gonna spin out. You clutched in right at the perfect time. That was a good transition.